Sitting on the rooftop. Sitting on top of the roof.
I was around the age of 12 when I really started experimenting with music. Initially it did start with rap, but eventually it kind of transcended into other things like jazz, blues, R&B, rock. But ultimately rap, I got into it around the age of 12. That's where I took it from. Age of 12, I was in junior high, I recall that, and I was just letting my mind run free. I think what sets me apart from other artists or other hip-hop artists is the fact that I'm not scared to take a risk. You know, more so looking at it as a business. I look at it as self-expression. So some people can't express themselves because they have no personality within their music. And I believe that with my music, it takes a lot of elements of a lot of things, which allows people to feel like they relate to it somehow, some way, because the music is real. So I guess, I don't know, like I come from my own perspective with music. It's just like, you know, it's out of this world. It's organic, you know. And a lot of artists today, I don't feel like they're really organic. I don't feel like they're real, something that you can relate to, like manufactured. So I just bring what comes from my heart, what comes from my mind, and just an open mind, and I create some good music. When it comes to like music, and it's all emotional for me at least. And when I lost my mom, it kind of taught me what emotions were, because I always had her there, you know, and she always used to help me. And when my mom had passed, I just turned 13 when my mom had passed. She passed the week before my 13th birthday, and the week after my 13th birthday. And even that, in a sense, like I just had my birthday and my mom just passed. Like it was kind of like weird for me, and I was still young. And you know, I remember when all that happened, I didn't know how to like really pretty much do anything, but all my thoughts were there. And when I pulled myself together for a moment, I heard like, I heard something, I just heard something in my head like a melody. And it kind of took me away from what I was feeling and kind of like transformed that emotion into music, because music is expression for me. So when I think about my mom and I think about music and my personality, it's all like a 360, because it's something I could rely on. It's something that I could use to help me get me from point A to point B, for me to understand you and you to understand me. So passing on my mom kind of like helped me grow, but it also left like a lifetime impact on my life and my music. And my mom always wanted me to succeed, and always wanted me to be myself, and I do that all in my music. Molding myself into an artist is pretty much a creative process that everybody goes through. I mean, you can't just like pick up a book and read how to do it. It's kind of like something you kind of like got to train yourself to do. I mean, people say like, quote unquote, it's something you're born with. Kind of, but it's kind of like just having like that third eye knowing certain things, and it's kind of like the second thought, first nature kind of stuff. Molding myself into an artist just came from, like, I guess pretty much anybody, you know, or at least how I enhanced myself into being, like, you know, more professional. Would start from, like, you know, being young, doing it at a young age, and just always doing that. Some people skateboard, some people ride bikes, some people do paintings. I rap, I wrote. So I kind of like heightened my abilities when I was younger by always practicing and practicing and practicing, rehearsing, practicing, experimenting, you know, playing it back with people, getting people's opinions, going back and thinking about it. Sometimes you gotta go back and think and then do it all over again. So it's just a process. It's just a process, creative process. Yeah, I had confidence that I was striving this field. I had confidence when I woke up this morning and said I was going to do this interview. I had confidence when I wrote my song, when I write for other people. I'm just confident, and I like to keep that mindset, because being confident is in a sense is being powerful, and I feel like I'm a powerful person in a lot of ways. So striving in this field, I don't have no doubts. I mean, you always have times where you may feel like you can do better, but I'm never doubtful, or at least I try my best. I probably got like maybe 1%, 2% doubt in me, but for the most part, you never know what can happen until you try. So I just keep trying. Confidence, very strong in confidence. Actually, currently I'm working on a project called Dare to Fly, and basically the whole project promotes swag, but a swag in the sense of not something materialistic. It's more personal, and that swag is basically saying it's cool to be confident. It's cool to be yourself. You know? So confidence, 2 thumbs up. At the end of the day, longevity in this game is really like real up and down, and how I plan to, you know, even survive tomorrow is just keep grinding. It's all about grinding. It's all about staying current. It's all about finding new ways to market yourself, finding ways to reach the masses, you know. And personally, I believe that mixing a little bit of the old with the new is a good way to do it, because I've seen it happen. And personally, for me, you got to be out in the streets, and you have to be on the internet. You have to be viral. You have to do everything possible to continue to just keep growing. So, yeah.
So you gonna have to give it up for this.
If you don't get anything else from this interview, what I'm about to say to you right now, then that's great. The best advice I can give an artist is being confident, because at the end of the day, what matters the most is how much the listener believes you, how much the listener says, hey, I can listen to him, or I can listen to her, or I can listen to whatever I'm listening to, and it makes me feel like a superhero. It gives me power from within. Power from within is more so confidence. So the best advice I can say is be confident in what you do, and don't let anybody steal you away from your dreams. Shady. I'm always looking to collaborate with artists, and so far some of the artists that I've collaborated with is J.I.V., the spoken word artist that you might have seen on Kanye's first album. college dropout. We got Stally on Maybach Music, Sam Scarfo, Dash, Devo Springsteen. I work with Devo. I work with Dirtbag out of Florida. And there's a lot of other artists I'm looking forward to working with, like Gregory Porter. So I mean, I work with people, still working. If he's interested, anything interesting, you know, you can always hit me up. I am ReP, Twitter.com. Recently, I just dropped a project called, it's called Rooftop Persona. You can check it out at bandcamp.com/yeah-I'm-ReP. You can just Google it, Rooftop Persona ReP. Really, you can just Google it, Rooftop Persona ReP. Presently, I'm working on a project called Dare to Fly. Dare to Fly is going to be more a mainstream project that I'm putting together with some names that you might know, some producers you might know. Shout out to Maybach Music, shout out to Sam Scarfo, shout out to Dash, DJ Pain One, Blackline Entertainment, Stadium Status. Again, working on a project. It's called Dare to Fly. Should be out this summer. First single on there is going to be called Have It All, featuring Ricky Blaze. So shout out to Ricky Blaze. And you can go check out my present project, Rooftop Persona. Google it, Rooftop Persona.